You play a unifying role, even a leadership role in a new Iran, a new democratic Iran, if such a new country emerged from all this?
I've always said throughout the last 42 and counting years that my only goal is to bring our country to a point where the Iranian people in a free and fair election can determine their own future in terms of self-determination. And the way I see that happen is to lead this movement with the help of others. I'm not doing this alone. Lead this movement with the help of others, each playing our parts to gain support for this revolution and the world community to come in support of it, so we can finally bring this regime to its knees by ultimately perhaps well-organized across the country labor strikes. That would be the quickest way to paralyze the system and force it to an implosion, with a scenario of transition that involves an interim government that will, of course, manage the country's affairs in the meantime, and the preparation of the elections of the Constituent Assembly, where all the issues, including the regime's future form, the Constitution itself, all the principles adopted in it, will be proposed to the nation for a final referendum that will determine the ultimate future of Iran and its political formation, the election of the first parliament of that new democracy, and of course, election process that will determine the formation of the first government.
And would you go back to stand in those?
To bring in.
Sorry, forgive me. Would you go back to stand in those elections?
I'm not running for any office, nor do I seek any political position in the apparatus of state. I'd rather be an advocate for the people and stand by their side vis-a-vis the authorities to make sure that their rights are always going to be observed. I don't have any ambitions for powers or authority. I think my experience being at age 62 and having lived in the free world are bringing all the values that can be established in Iran, and to build institutions that will be the most important safeguards so we don't deviate for the democratic path, make sure transparency would be there to keep for the country to have concentration of power or potential of having corruption rise again. Right. These are very important issues. But at this point in time, in this transition period, in this moment of the campaign, as always, I've extended my hand of cooperation with any democratic-seeking Iranian, regardless of their political aspirations, left, right, or center. So together, at this point, we speak in unity with a unified voice, right, which is the first ask and expectation of our combatants at home, whether they are political activists, prisoners, or what have you. And that's exactly what I'm doing at this time talking to you.